Bob Taylor, the Director of Information Processing for the Advanced Research Projects Agency, or the ARPA, led a team of researchers that pioneered the Internet. Although the development of the Internet began in the 1960s with Taylor and his team, it was not permitted for public use until 1991. After public availability increased, and as the Internet gained speed, consumers gained the power to purchase items online. This opened up a whole new market for corporations to increase profit margins. This also gave the consumer more power, as the Internet allowed them to easily compare prices of products with those of other companies. The Internet boom also increased the level of competition between retailers across the globe. By the year 1999, $20 billion of revenue was generated via the Internet, and by 2011, it is reported that the Internet was responsible for $680 billion in revenue. The dot-com bubble was a period in which the stock market saw a sharp rise in equity value due to the introduction of the World Wide Web. A large amount of trust was given to new, innovative technological companies, and investors purchased large amounts of this stock because it was believed that these companies would create high margins of profit in the future. The creation of the Internet not only revolutionized the national economy, but also changed the economic mindset of corporations across the whole entire world, because a new market medium was introduced that allowed for drastic increase in consumer power.
The economy this century is a regular series of booms and busts.
To the greatest crash in the history of the New York Stock Exchange.
Since 1920, recessions have occurred nearly twice a decade. But since 1991, the economy has expanded in what's about to break the record as America's longest boom. If anything, the economy is speeding up, going way faster since 1995 than once thought possible, without sparking inflation.
The year 1995 marked the beginning of a major jump in growth of Internet users, who are seen by companies as potential consumers. The American stock market rose dramatically during the period, with hundreds of companies being founded weekly, especially in tech hotspots like the Silicon Valley near San Francisco. The following information is from our book source. Computers allowed different offices to be connected through this machinery, and their data files and information could simultaneously sync with ease. This changed how companies interacted and forced them to reevaluate their position as a corporation, as well as created a strong connection between different terminals. For example, the Pentagon office had computers linking them to systems like the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the University of California at Berkeley, and another system in Santa Monica.
As freer trade flourished this decade, the Internet evolved into a commercial phenomenon. Open markets and the deluge of real-time information have unleashed cutthroat competition, keeping inflation under wraps.
The Internet is the most competitive market on this planet. And in a competitive market, you can't really raise prices.
So if companies are having a hard time raising prices, how do they keep their profits and their stock prices flying high? One way, they make their workers more productive. Productivity allows an employer to churn out more and pay workers more without having to hike prices. After decades of lackluster gains, productivity has surged since 1995.
How Internet affects business. Product development. Prior to the advent of the Internet, information traveled around the world via telephone, television, or print. Large businesses that were working on advances in technology would have access to the newest information, but small businesses would have to hunt for the information on their own. Marketing. One of the more significant effects that the Internet has on global markets for small business is the ability for small businesses to reach an international audience for a very low cost. Monitoring. The Internet allows small business owners to be more mobile by making it easier to manage business from anywhere. The Internet has allowed small business owners the freedom to pursue business opportunities while still maintaining control over their businesses.
Arguing that the Internet is changing the way we work.
No technology in history has ever spread so far, so fast, to so many people.
Business Week has chronicled the new tech-powered business cycle going against skeptical newsstand rivals. Shepard says the new economy is not immune to old-fashioned downturns, but says the Internet is revolutionary, comparing the dot-com explosion
We're the dot in .com.
to the spread of electricity and the growth of railroads.
It's going to affect every industry. It's going to affect the way you do your job. It's already affecting the way I do my job. It's going to affect all kinds of old line industries, steel making, automobiles, financial services. Every industry is going to be affected by this.
The internet forced creativity. It has long been thought that many marketing tactics are in need of a boost in creativity, and the internet provided both the technologies and the medium for creative types to explore and express. The focus on creativity, because of the ease with which ads can be overlooked and the need to capture and retain attention, has led to the development of web marketing tactics that bring information to consumers and make the discovery of information simple. The internet also forced a re-emphasis on relationships. Again, perhaps because of the enabling technology that made relationship management simpler and easier to administer, the internet brought marketers back to the idea that their companies should establish and maintain an ongoing relationship with their consumers.
But something good, oh, something good, oh, something good, oh, something good tonight make me